Rusty how to. Hi everybody, I'm Rusty. I'm down here at the bargain warehouse right now, and I wanted to give you a few tips today for when you're reselling, ways to maximize the amount of money that you can make. Before I do that, I wanted to show you though real quick something I picked up yesterday at the thrift store. It's these pair of New Balance shoes. They're the 998s, made in the US. This is red suede, and I even left the sticker tag on there so you can see that. I don't know if that's going to zoom in or not, but basically 25 bucks for these. Looked them up on eBay and they're going anywhere from $150 to $200, so not too bad. Anyhow, wanted to give you a quick recap. Last year, crazy year for all of us, am I right? And I lost my job and I thought, what am I going to do? So I really had to step up my game here, but I quickly found that learning about certain items isn't that hard if you spend a little bit of time. And if you go out regularly looking for stuff, you can find things to sell. But as I got into it, I started to wonder and consider, are there any ways that I could maximize what I was doing? Are there any deeper lessons that can be learned here? And I think that there are. And I've reduced it down to you, for you today, to 5 separate tips that these will all, I think, help you as you're going out looking for things to buy and sell, and this will overall enhance your reselling experience, whether you're doing it part-time or full-time. And it just so happens I went out today and I bought a lot of antique pocket watches so that I could show you an example that all of my tips are going to apply to today. So I'm going to show you these. If you look over here to my side, you'll see the picture of this lot. I bought 11 different pocket watches today, ranging in age from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Some of them are made of sterling silver, some of them are copper, brass, others are gold plated and solid gold, either 10, 12, or 14 karat. So that brings us to the first tip. What's the first tip? Well, the number one tip today is going to be buy things in lots and then sell them, break them up to sell them either individually or in smaller lots. So buy a lot, which is a grouping of things, and then sell them as individuals. Now, it takes time to do this and it takes work. It takes a lot more time and work to list 10 items than it does to list 1 item. But a lot of times, if you put in that time and you put in that work, you're going to make more money over the long haul. So, taking this group as an example, I bought all of these. I bought 11 for one price. It was right at around $1,240 for this whole lot. And I'm going to break them up and sell them individually. I'm going to sell each one. I'm going to list each one on eBay for in a range of $250 to $300 on average. I will take a lower amount, but I hope to get an average of about $200 per. So that would be, if it's 11 pocket watches, that would be $2,200. So if I spent $1,240 and then I sell all of these, I'm going to be in around $900 to $1,000 profit off of this sale. So that's the first thing. Break them up and sell them. I do this a lot of times with things like postcards. I might buy 1,000 postcards for $300, $400, $500. So per item, I'm in 30 cents, 40 cents, maybe 50 cents a card. Then I throw them up and sell them for anywhere from $3 to $5 or on up, depending on the card. Now, someone will not balk at looking at an old vintage postcard that's collectible for $3 or $4. That's not that much money. But since I'm only in a few cents per card, you can see how over the long haul, I'll make a lot more money by selling them individually. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2. When buying multiple items in a lot, like I've described, ask for a discount. So today, I went in, I collected all of these pocket watches, and I said, can we do some sort of a discount on these? And because I was buying a lot of items and they knew they were going to make more money, they were more than happy to work with me. So originally, they quoted me around $14.50 for this whole lot. After I asked for the discount, they came back and offered me $12.50. And then I countered with $11.75, and they accepted that. So with tax, I was in about $12.40, $12.50. But I got a discount of between $200 and $300 just because I asked. That was it. They could have said no, but it wouldn't have hurt my feelings, and I may or may not have bought it at that price, but it never hurts to ask. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. So always ask. You can ask for individual items too, but I always ask for group items because it's a lot easier for them to see that, because they're going to be making their margin on every individual item, and it helps them move inventory and get a lot of money in at one time. Number 3, tip number 3, after buying your lot, list the item or items that you think will either A, sell the fastest or for the most amount of money first. So in this grouping, I have pulled out 2 out of these 11 that I'm going to list first. I want to list all of them pretty quickly, but these are going to be the very first ones that I list because, and I'll tell you why in a moment, but I'm going to show these to you. One of them is, the brand is Illinois, and this is a gold-plated pocket watch. The reason I'm going to be selling this one is because A, it's gold-plated, and number 2, it's a 23 jewel pocket watch, which, if you know much about those, the number of jewels is important. The number of jewels is often indicative of how precise of a time it keeps. And so the higher jewels in the 20s is really, really good. 17, 19, 21, 23, those are all kind of good numbers. And the other one I'm going to be listing is this one that's by the Waltham Company. This is a 14 karat gold plated pocket watch, and that's why. So things that are made of precious metals, it may not surprise you, are going to be selling faster. They're going to have more collectors, more people wanting those items. So I'm going to sell those first. I'm hoping to get $200 to $300 a piece off of those. If I could make $500 off of those, I've already made 40 to 45% of my money back on the entire lot immediately. So here we go. Number 4. After you have sold your items, reinvest a portion of your profit in order to increase your buying power next time. So for sake of argument, let's say I sell this entire lot individually and I do end up with about $800 profit. So I've got my original money I spent back, and I've got $800 left. I'm going to take a percentage of that, $200, $300, and I'm going to reinvest that. I'm going to keep that with the business. The rest comes to me as profit. I got bills to pay, as we all do, so I'll use that. But I'm going to take this money and I'm going to reinvest it. So next time, instead of having $1,240 to spend, I'm going to have $1,400 to $1,500 to spend. I can use that money, I can buy more product, sell more product, make more profit, and then I repeat the whole process over again. I take a portion for myself, I take a portion and put it back in the business. That's going to help you over time maximize your profitability, because you want to have more and more money at your disposal as you're buying products over time. Finally, tip number 5. Build relationships with the people you're buying from. Tell them what you do. Leave your contact information, tell them what you're looking for, and find out what you can do for them. So, final example here today with these pocket watches. I bought these at a pawn shop. This is a place I buy stuff at regularly. They know my face. They know what I'm about. They know that I buy and resell things. So when I was negotiating with them, trying to get the price down, and they were going back and forth with me, the very last thing that he said was, well, he buys a lot of stuff in here. Okay, sure. So he took my price at the end. Because we have familiarity, I have been buying stuff from him, putting money in his pocket, and so now he's going to give me a slightly better discount today than he might have if I was just some random man off the street. So, in summary, there are 5 things that you can do as you're reselling. You can buy groupings of things, sell them individually to increase your profits. When you buy multiple items, ask for a discount so that your cost is smaller. After you buy that lot, list the things that will sell the fastest and for the most money first, because you want to get your money, your investment money, back in your pocket as fast as possible so you can go back out the next day or the next week and do it again. Number 4, reinvest some of that money so that you increase money at your disposal as you're buying over time. And finally, build relationships with people. If they get things in that they know you want or are looking for, leave your contact info so they can get back in touch with you. Then you have the opportunity to get it instead of somebody else. Find out what you can do for them. I always ask people that I'm familiar with, like if they collect things, if they're interested in stuff, because if I come across something that costs me very little, that would make them really happy, I want to go give that to them as a gift, because that can build that relationship over time. I hope this has really helped you guys. We're going to continue doing these types of educational videos with a little bit of comedy thrown in there, because I got some crazy character friends. But come on back, subscribe if you can. We're putting multiple videos out per week, and we really like to teach you how to do some of this, whether you're doing it full time or just trying to get a little bit of extra money in your pocket. Thanks, cousins. We'll see you soon. Rusty, how do you